We did strengthen our tendons on our legs in previous exercise, and this time we'll work on our hands. Basically, the shoulders, elbows, tendons, our wrist. It's not a muscle workout, it's tendon workout. So whatever we pull, lift with two hands, we let down with one hand. That is how tendons get stronger. So we'll start with weights. You could do one-handed weights and so on, but for the best results and not to get a fatigue on your muscles, you lift with two hands and release with one, and release slowly. So you could lift fast, release slowly. Lift with two, release. Lift, release. Lift and release. Lift and release. So that way you work on tendons. The slower, the better, but do not drop the weight, because tendons do not like sharp moves. Ten to 15 repetitions is enough, because after that fatigue kicks in and tendons are gaining strength only when we work 50 to 70% of their strength. Working more actually damages tendons more and they get weaker. We don't want weaker tendons. That's enough for this one exercise. If you prefer lifting with one hand, so what we do, we help with one hand and release with the other. Lift with two hands, release with one. Lift and release. Lift, release. Lift with two, release with one. And keep alternating hands. Okay, that is one type of exercise. Now we'll use a resistance band to work our chest muscles and tendons, where we strengthen the tendons around our shoulder, around elbow, in our wrist. Just stand straight, keep the leg in front of you so you don't pull yourself towards the wall. Now we have to pull with two hands and release with one hand. It's like rowing and release. Rowing and release. Two hands, one hand. Two, one, and swap hands. Two hands and one hand. Two and one. Two and one hand. Just keep alternating. When you start feeling fatigue in the hand, so you don't overwork it, just you should feel a moderate load. Moderate load is the best load you can choose. Okay. So for working out on tendons around the elbow and shoulder, we do the opposite what we did with our legs. So we pull with both hands and release with one. Pull with both and release with one. Pull and release, but release slowly. Pull slowly and release slowly. So the idea is to have all these tendons working as slowly as possible, but not on pulling, but on release. So the shearing force is distributed slightly differently in that way. And swap your hands. Pull with 2, release 1. Pull with 2 and release 1. Pull and release. Pull and release. That gives the double load on your tendon, but it's much easier to release that weight rather than pull. If I try to pull, it mainly does the work on my muscles, not on my tendons. But to work the tendons, I have to pull with both and release gently. It might be counterintuitive, but based on research, that's the most effective way to strengthen your tendons. So basically, you can do this type of workout on any tendon you are targeting, but our main tendons are always somewhere on this side where we pull ourselves up, lift something up. I hope you enjoyed the exercise, which is a moderate exercise, and it does strengthen our tendons fairly easily, but does a great job.